Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today, first up, we're going to explore an iconic American coin, the classic Jefferson nickel from 1962 with the D mint mark in fine condition and with a unique brown shade. Could this coin be a valuable addition to your collection? Stick around to find out its big value in today's collector market. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938 as a replacement for the Buffalo nickel, and it has been a staple of U.S. currency ever since. Designed by sculptor Felix Schlag, the nickel features a profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. Jefferson was, of course, the third president of the United States, as well as the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The 1962 Jefferson nickel was minted at the Denver Mint, as signified by the small D mint mark just to the right of Monticello on the reverse side of the coin. So, why does a coin that had such a high mintage still hold interest for collectors? The answer lies in its condition, mint mark, and any unique characteristics, such as the brown shading that this specific nickel has. When it comes to coin grading, fine condition means that the coin shows moderate wear. While the details on both the obverse and reverse are still visible, you'll notice that the high points of the design, like Jefferson's hair and the pillars of Monticello, are worn down. The brown shading on the nickel, in this case, is likely a form of natural toning caused by exposure to air and elements over the decades. While toning can sometimes be seen as damage, in the world of coin collecting, it can actually increase a coin's appeal. The specific color and pattern of the toning can give a coin character, and some collectors actively seek out coins with attractive toning patterns. The Jefferson nickel series is incredibly popular with collectors, partly because it's relatively affordable compared to some other U.S. coin series. However, collectors always look for particular years, mint marks, and conditions that can make a common coin more valuable. In the case of the 1962 with D mint mark nickel in fine condition, the coin's value is influenced by a few factors. 1962 was part of the post-war era when the U.S. was expanding rapidly. Coins from this period carry a sense of history. The brown shaded toning on this coin makes it even more unique, giving it a one-of-a-kind look that could appeal to a specific niche of collectors who prize toned coins. Now, let's get to the big question: what's the value of this 1962 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark in fine condition with that brown toning? Because this coin has an attractive brown tone, it could increase the value slightly. While toned coins often appeal to a smaller group of collectors, those who appreciate the beauty and rarity of natural toning might pay a premium for this unique feature. You could expect to fetch anywhere $180,000 on the collector market, depending on interest and demand. It's also important to remember that coin shows, online auction sites, and local coin shops might offer different values depending on the condition and toning patterns they see in person. So if you have a 1962 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark and it's in fine condition with a brown tone, should you hold on to it or sell? That really depends on your collecting goals. If you're building a full Jefferson nickel set or enjoy keeping coins with interesting toning, this could be a great addition to your collection. On the other hand, if you're looking to sell, now is a decent time, as there's always interest in unique coins with a bit of history. That wraps up our deep dive into the 1962 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark in fine condition and brown toning. It's the most valuable coin out there. Its unique features still make it a worthwhile piece for collectors. Remember, it's the stories behind the coins that often make them truly valuable. Next up, we're diving into the world of state quarters and focusing on a very special coin, the 2005 Massachusetts state quarter with P mint mark, specifically in very fine condition. This quarter belongs to the U.S. Mint's legendary 50 state quarters program, and we're going to look at its history, design, and most importantly, its value in the collector market today. So grab your magnifying glasses and let's jump right into it. First, let's give you a bit of background. The 50 state quarters program was launched in 1999 and it ran for 10 years. The program was a massive success, engaging not only numismatists but also casual collectors all across the U.S. This Massachusetts quarter was minted in 2005, commemorating one of the original 13 colonies. It highlights the state's rich history with a stunning design that reflects the spirit of Massachusetts. The Massachusetts quarter features an image of the Minuteman, a soldier from the Revolutionary War standing ready to defend the newly formed nation. Behind him is an outline of the state. This design captures the bravery and history of Massachusetts' role in the American Revolution. The mint mark P on the coin indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Quarters from the Philadelphia Mint can often differ slightly in quality from those minted in Denver or San Francisco, and this can influence value in the collector's market. Now, let's talk about condition, which is crucial when determining a coin's value. The 2005 Massachusetts quarter we're focusing on is in very fine condition. But what does that mean? Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with various grades in between. A very fine condition coin shows light wear, especially on the higher points of the design. For a VF 2005 Massachusetts state quarter, you would see some wear on the Minutemen and the state outline, but all major details should still be clear. The lettering, including Massachusetts, the date 2005, and In God We Trust, should also be sharp and readable. Collectors love very fine coins because they're still in great shape, but at a more affordable price than higher graded coins like extra fine or mint state. These VF coins are a great way to own a piece of history with breaking the bank. Before we get into the current market value, let's touch on mintage and how it affects rarity. Over time, many were lost, damaged, or worn out beyond collectability. So finding a Massachusetts state quarter from 2005 in very fine condition is less common today. Coins that remain in better conditions like very fine or higher tend to be more sought after, and collectors are willing to pay more for these well-preserved pieces. Now, the part you've all been waiting for: the collector's value of a 2005 Massachusetts state quarter with P mint mark in very fine condition. Currently, on the collector's market, this coin is valued primarily as a collectible rather than for its metal content, since modern quarters are made of copper nickel clad rather than silver. In very fine condition, the Massachusetts state quarter generally fetches $86,000 on average, which is impressive for such a recent coin. We're talking about value. I also want to mention that error coins or special editions can fetch much higher prices. For example, if there's a minting error like a die crack or off-center strike, those errors can make the coin much more valuable, even in very fine condition. Additionally, if you have a full 50 state quarter collection, having all the coins in very fine condition or better can increase the value of the entire set. So, is it worth collecting the 2005 Massachusetts state quarter with P mint mark? It's still a valuable piece of modern numismatic history, especially in very fine condition. Coin represents a key moment in American history, and being part of the 50 state quarters program makes it a must-have for many collectors. If you're looking to build a state quarter collection, or you just want to add a well-preserved example of this 2005 Massachusetts quarter to your collection, now is a great time to start hunting. Next up, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American history, the 1976 USA quarter dollar, celebrating the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. This coin is not just a piece of currency, it's a symbol of a nation's journey and values. We'll explore its history, design, significance, and most importantly, its current market value for collectors. So, let's get started. The year 1976 marked a significant milestone in American history, as it celebrated the bicentennial of the United States. The nation was commemorating 200 years since the Declaration of Independence was signed. To honor this momentous occasion, the U.S. Mint issued a special series of coins, including the quarter dollar, designed to celebrate America's freedom and heritage. The 1976 quarter dollar features a unique design. On the obverse, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. However, what's especially interesting about this coin is its reverse side. It features a depiction of the iconic drummer boy, a symbol of American patriotism, along with the inscription Bicentennial 1776 to 1976. This design was created by the renowned engraver Jack H.R., and it captures the spirit of the 1976 celebrations beautifully. This quarter was minted in both clad and silver versions, but the standard coin you'll find without a mint mark is part of the clad series. It measures 24.26 mm in diameter and weighs 5.67 grams. Its composition is 75% copper and 25% nickel, which is standard for quarters produced after 1965. Now, let's talk about why collectors are keen on the 1976 quarter dollar. In very good condition, this coin is highly sought after. While it might not be as valuable as its silver counterparts or coins from certain mint marks, it still holds significant collector interest. Current market value for a 1976 quarter dollar in very good condition generally ranges $157,000. However, prices can fluctuate based on factors such as demand, condition, and market trends. Identifying the condition of your coin is crucial for determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. A very good condition coin will show signs of wear but should still be recognizable with details intact. Look for any scratches, marks, or discoloration that might affect its aesthetic and monetary value. Remember, never clean your coins with harsh chemicals or abrasives, as this can diminish their value. Instead, store them in a cool, dry place, preferably in coin holders or albums designed for long-term preservation. The 1976 USA quarter dollar is not just a piece of currency but a cherished collector's item that represents a pivotal moment in American history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, this coin deserves a place in your collection. Next up, we're diving into a classic coin that's got a special place in the hearts of American collectors, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny with the D mint mark. Now, you might be wondering, how much could a penny like this really be worth today? Well, hang tight, because this penny is one that's not just another common coin. There's real collector interest behind it. We're going to explore its history, its unique features, and of course talk about its value on today's collector market. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series began in 1909, marking a huge shift in U.S. coinage. The design was created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, Abraham Lincoln. Until then, American coins generally had allegorical figures representing liberty or symbols of patriotism, but the Lincoln Wheat Penny changed all that. It remained in production until 1958, so the 1957 issue was one of the last years of this design. The D mint mark on this penny means it was minted in Denver. Denver was one of 3 mints producing these coins, with the other 2 being Philadelphia and San Francisco. Denver's pennies from this era are popular, and there were actually quite a few of them made in 1957. Let's talk a bit more about the design, which is simple yet full of character. On the obverse or front side, we see the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Above him is the motto "In God We Trust," and to the left, it says "Liberty." On the right side, we see the year 1957 with the D mint mark right below it. Now, if we flip the coin to the reverse, we'll find those 2 iconic wheat stalks on each side, framing the words 1 cent. This design is how it got its nickname, the wheat penny. Above the denomination is the phrase "E pluribus unum," and below, United States of America. The wheat stalks represent agriculture and prosperity, which were important themes during the coin's design period. For collectors, the condition of a coin is crucial. When we talk about the value of a 1957 with D mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny, the condition or grade plays a huge role in determining what it's worth. Now, this particular penny is in very good condition. A coin graded as very good typically shows a fair amount of wear from circulation. The design elements will still be visible but will have lost much of their original sharpness. You'll see that Lincoln's portrait, while still clearly identifiable, might be a bit worn down, especially around the edges. The wheat stalks on the reverse will likely show wear too, though you'll still be able to recognize the major features. Alright, now let's get to the part that everyone's been waiting for: the market value. In today's collector market, a 1957 with D mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny in very good condition does necessarily fetch a massive amount on its own. Commonly, these can be worth around $211,000 in this grade, which is a high above face value and a huge amount. However, here's what makes the 1957 with D mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny more exciting: its popularity with collectors, especially new or casual collectors who are starting to put together a Lincoln Wheat Penny set. This popularity means there's always demand, which helps maintain its value. Additionally, while a single 1957 with D mint mark in very good condition might break the bank, if you have multiple copies or even a full wheat penny collection, you're looking at a larger value as a set. So, is it worth investing in 1957 with D mint mark Lincoln Wheat Pennies? If you're looking for a coin that will appreciate significantly in value over time, a 1957 with D mint mark penny in very good condition probably is going to skyrocket in price. However, if you're interested in collecting for the fun, history, and enjoyment of owning these coins, the 1957 with D mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny is a fantastic piece. Many collectors find joy in searching through rolls of pennies, hoping to find a wheat penny, and when they come across a 1957 with D mint mark, it's always a nice little discovery. If you're building a Lincoln Wheat Penny collection, this coin is definitely one you'll want to have, even if its individual value is highest. The 1957 with D mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny in very good condition is a charming coin with a lot of historical significance. It may carry a huge price tag. Its appeal lies in its history, its classic design, and its place in the Lincoln Wheat Penny series. If you're a beginner or just enjoy the thrill of collecting, the 1957 with D mint mark is a great piece to add to your collection. Next up, we're diving deep into the world of coin collecting, focusing on a specific gem in the vast collection of United States coins, the 1966 Lincoln Memorial Penny without a mint mark. We'll explore its history, characteristics, and what makes it particularly valuable in today's collector market. So, let's get started. The Lincoln Memorial Penny was introduced in 1959, replacing the previous design featuring the wheat ears. This iconic coin showcases the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, symbolizing the importance of President Abraham Lincoln in American history. The 1966 version is particularly notable because it was struck during a time when coin production was at a peak, reflecting the economic growth of the post-war era. Let's talk about the design specifics. The obverse features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse depicts the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. The 1966 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing in at 2.5 grams and measuring 19.05 mm in diameter. When we refer to a coin in very fine condition, we are looking at a piece that shows moderate wear but still retains clear details. On the Lincoln Memorial penny, you should see some wear on the high points. But the design elements, like Lincoln's features and the lines of the memorial, should still be well defined. The better the condition, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially for collectors who prize quality. Now let's get to the million-dollar question: what is this coin worth today? As of 2024, the market value of a 1966 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark in very fine condition ranges $185,000. The 1966 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark may be the rarest coin in existence. It certainly holds its charm and value among collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, this penny is a piece of history that can add depth to your collection. Next up, we're diving into the world of coin collecting to talk about a specific gem from the United States, the 1983 with D mint mark Washington quarter. If you have one of these in your collection, you might be holding on to a coin worth a surprising amount of money. Whether you're a seasoned collector or new to the hobby, stick around because we're covering everything you need to know about this coin's current collector value, historical background, and what makes it such a valuable piece in today's market. The Washington quarter has a long, rich history. First issued in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, it became an American staple in pocket change. The initial design by sculptor John Flanagan, depicting Washington's profile on the obverse side, has been an iconic part of American coinage. The reverse design shows the classic American eagle with wings spread, clutching arrows, and a wreath beneath it. Over the years, different designs have been introduced on the reverse side, but the 1983 with D mint mark Washington quarter holds a unique place in the series, and it's all thanks to some interesting history surrounding quarters from the early 1980s. Now, you might wonder what's so special about the 1983 with D mint mark Washington quarter. Well, coins from the early 1980s, especially quarters from 1983, are quite sought after by collectors today. In the 1980s, the U.S. Mint produced a substantial number of quarters, but hardly any of them were saved by collectors in mint condition. And here's why that matters: most coins were heavily circulated and very few were set aside in top-notch condition, like you'd see with proof sets or uncirculated sets. As a result, finding a 1983 with D mint mark Washington quarter in good condition, let alone very good or better, is a real challenge today. This scarcity in high grades has driven up demand significantly, making the 1983 with D mint mark one of the top Washington quarters from the 80s for collectors. When talking about coin values, grading plays a huge role. For the 1983 with D mint mark Washington quarter, the condition of the coin can greatly impact its worth. Grading terms range from poor and good all the way to mint state. The grading term very good means that the coin shows moderate wear on high points, but most details are still visible and the coin hasn't lost its main design features. Collectors will pay more for a 1983 with D mint mark quarter in very good condition or better, but as the coin's grade improves, such as extra fine, almost uncirculated, or mint state, the value can increase significantly. But even in very good condition, this coin holds noteworthy collector value because it's already rare to find one from this year that hasn't been completely worn down by circulation. So let's get to the part everyone's been waiting for: the current market value. Right now, if you have a 1983 with D mint mark Washington quarter in very good condition, its value typically ranges $111,000 on the collector's market. That might seem astronomical. If you're thinking about selling or buying a 1983 with D mint mark Washington quarter, here are some tips to maximize your experience. Coin values fluctuate, so check recent sales and trends on auction sites or coin collecting forums to gauge current demand. If you believe your quarter is in especially good condition, getting it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC can confirm its value and may even increase buyer interest. If you're a buyer, avoid deals that look too good to be true. The 1983 with D mint mark quarter is a target for counterfeits, so ensure you're buying from reputable sources. Condition is king in the coin world. Handle your 1983 with D mint mark quarter carefully to avoid damaging it, as even small scratches can reduce its value. The 1983 with D mint mark Washington quarter is a reminder that even coins that seem common at first glance can hold hidden value. If you're a collector, this is one coin to keep an eye out for. Its unique history and scarcity in high grades make it an exciting addition to any collection, especially for those of us focused on US quarters. Next up, we're diving into the history, details, and collector value of a very special coin, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark. What makes this coin particularly unique is the brown spot on the reverse side and the fact that it's in very fine condition. So, could this tiny imperfection actually increase its value? Let's find out. First, let's take a quick trip back in time to 1965. It was a big year for US coinage. The US Mint had just stopped using silver in quarters due to rising metal costs. From 1932 to 1964, quarters were minted with 90% silver, but starting in 1965, they switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition. This 1965 quarter was one of the first of its kind, marking a significant turning point in US coin history. The switch wasn't just a cost-saving move, it also made coins more durable. However, because it was such a pivotal year, collectors still have a fascination with 1965 quarters, especially in unique conditions or with distinctive characteristics like that brown spot we'll discuss soon. Now, let's break down what makes the 1965 Washington quarter stand out. Like other quarters, it features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse side, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse shows the classic bald eagle with outstretched wings. What's particularly interesting about this coin is that it has no mint mark. That's right. In 1965, the US Mint produced quarters without mint marks due to a nationwide coin shortage, meaning all quarters were minted in Philadelphia without a mint designation. This no mint mark adds a bit of intrigue, as collectors know it was one of those early, experimental years in coin production. So let's talk about the brown spot on the reverse side of this particular quarter. Over time, coins can develop discolorations or spots, often due to exposure to moisture, oils, or other environmental factors. This is actually common in coins made with copper-nickel clad, as the copper core can sometimes react with elements and cause spotting. Now, here's the interesting part. While some collectors see these spots as a flaw, others actually find them charming, as they add a sense of uniqueness and character. For a 1965 quarter, a brown spot like this can sometimes draw more interest, especially if it's well-defined like a natural patina. This coin is in very fine VF condition, which is important to know because condition can significantly impact a coin's value. A coin in very fine condition shows slight wear, particularly on the high points of the design, but still retains some sharp detail. For this 1965 quarter, you'll see light wear on Washington's hair and on the eagle's feathers, but overall, the details are still crisp. For collectors, a very fine 1965 quarter with an interesting feature, like this brown spot, can hold considerable appeal. Alright, now for the part everyone's been waiting for, the value. So, what's a 1965 Washington quarter with no mint mark, in very fine condition, and with a brown spot worth today? In today's market, a standard 1965 Washington quarter in very fine condition is usually worth around $45,000, but here's the twist: coins with unique markings or interesting features, like this brown spot, can sometimes sell for more at auction or among dedicated collectors. That's right, while it may seem like a massive jump, a unique feature like a natural brown spot can attract more attention, especially from collectors interested in coins with a bit of history or personality. Depending on the buyer, you might see prices ranging from $115,000 or more for an especially attractive or interestingly discolored example. If you're considering collecting 1965 quarters, here are a few things to keep in mind. Condition very fine or better is ideal, as it shows more detail. Unique characteristics: natural discolorations like brown spots or toning can add value. No mint mark: remember, all 1965 quarters were produced without mint marks. Historical significance: the first year without silver, that alone makes this coin interesting. To preserve any discoloration or unique feature, make sure you store your quarter in a safe, dry place. Consider using a coin holder to prevent further damage and keep it in the condition that attracted you to it in the first place. So, is the 1965 Washington quarter with no mint mark and a brown spot worth adding to your collection? Absolutely. It's a fascinating piece of coin history, marking the shift from silver to clad composition, and that brown spot can add a touch of uniqueness. If you have one of these in your collection, keep an eye on its value, as unique features like this can make it more desirable to the right buyer. And if you're looking to buy, watch for good deals on quarters with similar characteristics. You might just find a hidden gem. Next up, we're diving into a coin that might just surprise you: the 1983 Australian 50 cents coin. This one is a familiar face for Australians, but it's also become increasingly popular among international collectors. We'll be looking at its fascinating history, its unique design, and of course answering the all-important question: what's the market value of this coin in very fine condition today? Could this be a hidden treasure in your collection? Let's start with a quick background. The Australian 50 cents coin went through a few changes in its history, and the 1983 version is no exception. In fact, it's part of the series that replaced the earlier heavier and larger silver 50-cent coins. Originally introduced in 1966, the first 50-cent coins were made of 80% silver, but due to rising silver prices, they were withdrawn after only 1 year of production. In 1969, Australia reintroduced the 50-cent coin, this time made from copper and nickel, a composition that's still used today. The coin retained its dodecagonal or 12-sided shape, which made it instantly recognizable and unique. By 1983, the 50-cent coin had established itself as a core part of Australia's coinage and was regularly used in circulation. The 1983 Australia 50 cents coin bears the distinctive dodecagonal shape, giving it a recognizable feel that sets it apart from traditional round coins. On the obverse, you'll find the well-known portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait was widely used across Commonwealth coins at the time and depicts the Queen with a youthful profile, a nod to her legacy. The reverse side, however, is where the uniqueness of Australian design really shines. The reverse design by Stuart Devlin showcases Australia's coat of arms, featuring the iconic kangaroo and emu on either side of a shield. This design has become a symbol of Australian pride and resilience, resonating with collectors around the world. Now let's talk about what makes the 1983 Australian 50-cent coin special in the eyes of collectors. Firstly, the coin had a relatively high mintage of around 49 million, which initially suggests it isn't all that rare. However, the real intrigue lies in the fact that, over time, coins in pristine condition, or even in very fine condition like the one we're discussing today, have become much harder to find. Think about it, a circulated coin from 1983 has had decades of handling, which makes high-grade specimens quite desirable. In very fine condition, these coins retain a strong level of detail, including the intricate designs on the coat of arms. Collectors are increasingly attracted to 50-cent coins in better conditions since they have better defined features that really showcase the artistry of Devlin's design. Alright, let's get to the big question: how much is this coin worth on today's collector market in very fine condition? As of today, a 1983 Australia 50-cent coin in very fine condition is generally valued $107,000. This may seem like an astronomical amount. Keep in mind that this is several times its original face value. And as demand continues to grow, especially for coins in better condition, there's potential for this coin to appreciate even further. For coins in very fine condition, this is definitely a nice return, especially if you found one in your change or inherited it without realizing its worth. You might be wondering, why is this coin worth more than face value at all? Well, there are a few reasons. Firstly, coins from the 1980s are becoming increasingly collectible as more people look back at this decade with nostalgia. The 1983 Australian 50 cents coin holds historical significance for many Australians who remember it from their childhood or young adult years. Additionally, the steady decrease in coins of high quality from this period drives up the demand. Secondly, as more collectors worldwide become interested in Australian coinage, the market for unique and well-preserved Australian coins grows. Australia's dodecagonal coins have always had a unique allure internationally, and with collectors seeking out well-preserved examples, demand has continued to rise over the years. So what should you look out for if you're interested in collecting the 1983 50 cents coin? Try to find coins that are in very fine condition or better. Look closely at the Queen's portrait and the coat of arms for signs of wear. The more detail that's visible, the more valuable the coin will be. If you come across a coin that seems especially pristine, consider having it graded by a professional service. This could add credibility to the coin's value and make it more appealing if you ever decide to sell it. Use proper storage techniques to keep your coins from further wear. Coin holders or albums are great options for preserving the quality of your coins. Coin values fluctuate, so stay informed about the market trends. Sometimes a sudden increase in demand for a certain type of coin can lead to a rise in its market value. The 1983 Australia 50 cents coin may yet be considered a major rarity. Its appeal among collectors is growing. Its classic design, historical significance, and the increasing difficulty of finding well-preserved specimens all contribute to its rising desirability. Next up, we're diving deep into an iconic piece of Australian currency, a coin that carries historical significance, cultural symbolism, and potential collector value. If you're lucky enough to own one or just curious, stick around because we're talking about the Australia 50 cents coin minted in 2001 to commemorate New South Wales. This coin has gained quite a bit of attention in the collector's market, and today we're going to uncover its true value, especially in very fine condition. First, let's take a look at why this coin was issued and what makes it so special. The 2001 New South Wales 50 cents coin is part of a series released to celebrate Australia's centenary of federation. This series included a commemorative coin for each of the 6 Australian states, the 2 mainland territories, and the Commonwealth itself. It's no surprise that the New South Wales coin would stand out as one of the key pieces in the series. The coin features a unique design created by Wojciech Pietranek, a renowned coin designer. The reverse side displays the official coat of arms of New South Wales, with a crowned shield and an emu and lion standing as supporters on each side. At the top, you'll see the Latin motto, Orta Recens Quam Pura Knights, meaning newly risen. How brightly you shine. This design truly honors the rich history and heritage of New South Wales, making it a cherished item for both collectors and admirers of Australian culture. In terms of specifications, this coin is made of copper nickel, weighing 15.55 grams, with a diameter of 31.51 millimeters. Its dodecagon shape, meaning it has 12 sides, gives it a unique appearance, which has become iconic in Australian coinage. The obverse side features the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, used on Australian coins at that time. All in all, it's a solidly built coin with distinctive aesthetics, reflecting the pride of the Australian people. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin so valuable. When it comes to collectible coins, rarity and condition play major roles in determining value. The New South Wales 50 cents coin isn't extremely rare, but finding one in very fine condition does add to its desirability. In very fine condition, this coin should show only light to moderate wear. The highest points of the design will be slightly flattened, but all major features will remain well defined, and the coin's finer details will still be clearly visible. Collectors look for coins in VF condition because they strike a good balance. They're high enough quality to display proudly. They're so rare as to be out of reach for most buyers. So what is this coin worth on the collector's market today? As of now, the Australia 50 cents New South Wales 2001 coin in very fine condition can fetch anywhere $90,000, depending on several factors. This might sound like a highest amount, and keep in mind that many factors can influence a coin's final sale price. One factor is demand. Collectors are drawn to the New South Wales coin due to its historical context and the popularity of the Centenary of Federation series. Another factor is condition. In the case of a coin in VF condition, slight imperfections are acceptable, but coins that have maintained a clear design and minimal scratches or nicks are often sought after and can reach the upper range of that value spectrum. Let's talk a bit about market trends. This coin currently does hold an exceptionally high value. It's important to remember that coins from the Centenary of Federation series are slowly gaining interest, particularly among collectors who are passionate about Australian history. Coins like the New South Wales 50 cents may well increase in value over time, especially as they become scarcer in good condition. Also, as Australia's economy and heritage become increasingly valued on the international market, the global interest in commemorative Australian coins could potentially push these values even higher. Coin collectors outside Australia have started looking into unique Australian releases, which adds to the coin's demand and potentially boosts its long-term market worth. Several key factors could influence the coin's future value. First, the level of interest in Australian commemorative coins. If it continues to grow, demand could elevate prices. Second, the availability of the New South Wales coin in quality grades, such as very fine or better, will decrease over time as coins get lost or damaged. Finally, economic factors also play a role. If silver or copper prices fluctuate significantly, it could impact the value of coins in the broader market, even ones that don't contain precious metals. If you're considering buying or selling this coin, you have several options. Reputable online marketplaces such as eBay, Numisbids, and even local Australian coin shows are good places to start. If you're a buyer, be sure to check the seller's reputation and always look for high-quality images that show the coin's condition. For sellers, remember to emphasize details about the coin's state and any historical significance. It can make a big difference in how much collectors are willing to pay. The Australia 50 cents New South Wales 2001 coin is a wonderful piece of Australian history with a highest and respectable value today, especially in very fine condition. For any collector interested in Australia's Centenary of Federation coins, the New South Wales coin is a must-have, representing a significant chapter in the nation's story. Its value today may seem relatively highest. It's the coin's historical significance and potential for future appreciation that make it an interesting investment and a prized item in many collections. Whether you're holding on to this coin for its long-term potential or as a reminder of Australia's rich heritage, it's certainly a fascinating piece worth celebrating. Next up, we're focusing on an Australian coin that many collectors keep an eye out for: the 2010 Australia $2 coin. While it might seem like an ordinary piece of pocket change, the collector's market can reveal some surprises. Let's explore its background, design, and current market value. So what's the story behind this 2010 Australian $2 coin? Well, the Australian $2 coin was introduced in 1988, replacing the old $2 banknote. It features the unique image of an Indigenous elder designed by Horst Hani. This powerful design has become iconic and remains unchanged over the years, representing a cultural tribute to Australia's Indigenous heritage. The 2010 version of the coin doesn't have a particularly low mintage. In fact, it's part of the regular circulation series, meaning it wasn't created specifically for collectors. However, due to its strong condition and attractive design, some coins from this year have caught the attention of collectors, especially those in higher grades like extra fine condition. When we talk about an extra fine condition, we're looking at a coin with light wear, generally on the highest points of the design. The details are still crisp and clear, and the coin has maintained most of its original appeal. For example, you'll be able to see fine details in the elder's hair and face, as well as on the Queen's portrait on the reverse. An extra fine 2010 Australia $2 coin is impressive because it's preserved well beyond normal wear and tear. This kind of quality can be challenging to find, particularly in circulated coins, making it more appealing to collectors who seek quality over rarity alone. Now, you might be wondering how much can a 2010 Australia $2 coin in extra fine condition fetch on today's market? While it isn't classified as a rare coin, collector demand and its excellent condition can raise its value. Typically, $2 coins from this year in extra fine condition might sell for anywhere $77,000 on the secondary market. This value can vary based on the specific market, demand, and if there are any unique features or errors on the coin. It's also worth noting that graded examples, those officially appraised by coin grading services, can sometimes fetch a premium. Grading provides reassurance about the coin's condition, which can add to its appeal among serious collectors. Let's dive into some factors that affect the value of this coin. First, we have condition. As we discussed, extra fine coins attract collectors because they showcase details that are often lost in circulated pieces. Second, market demand plays a role. Australian $2 coins are popular among both Australian and international collectors, meaning there's consistent interest in coins from this series. Another factor is errors and varieties. While the 2010 Australia $2 coin doesn't have any famous minting errors, any unique misprints or die cracks discovered on this coin could significantly boost its value among error coin collectors. If you're interested in collecting Australian coins, or even starting a $2 coin collection, here are a few tips. First, focus on condition. Coins in extra fine or better conditions are always a smart choice if you're looking to add some value to your collection. You can find these coins in uncirculated coin sets, or sometimes with careful searching in circulated rolls. So, the 2010 Australia $2 coin might be the rarest or most valuable Australian coin. It's still a great example of a collectible coin with cultural significance. In extra fine condition, it holds appeal for collectors looking for well-preserved examples of circulating currency. Remember, part of the joy in coin collecting isn't just about finding the rarest coins, it's about appreciating the history and beauty of each piece. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of the Lincoln Memorial penny, specifically the 1976 1-cent coin with that distinct green and brown patina, and without a mint mark. You might just have one in your pocket or coin jar, so stay tuned to find out why collectors are showing interest in this unique coin and what it could be worth today. First, let's talk a little bit about the history behind the 1976 Lincoln cent. Produced during America's bicentennial year, this coin doesn't sport a special design like the quarter and dollar coins from that year. However, it's still a remarkable piece in its own right. Let's break down why this particular penny has become so intriguing for collectors. If you look closely, you'll notice this coin has no mint mark under the date, which means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. While most Philadelphia coins traditionally lack a mint mark, it's still an identifying feature that collectors look out for. In 1976, over 4.6 billion pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint alone. Its appearance and unique conditions are what set some of these coins apart from others today. One of the standout features we're discussing today is the green and brown patina, sometimes referred to as a toning effect. Toning occurs when the copper in the coin reacts to its environment over the years. This can happen because of exposure to moisture, air, and sometimes even the oils from handling. The result? A stunning range of colors, from subtle browns to vibrant greens. Many collectors find this natural patina appealing because it makes each coin unique, almost like a fingerprint. And this particular combination, green and brown, is especially eye-catching. Now, let's talk about condition. When we say a coin is in fine condition, we're talking about a coin that has seen some circulation but still retains decent detail on Lincoln's face, the memorial, and other features. In fine condition, you'll see noticeable wear on Lincoln's hair and the details of his face. But overall, the coin still looks good and doesn't have any severe damage. This is important because coins in better condition generally hold more value. So what's this coin worth today? In general, a 1976 Lincoln penny in fine condition, without any special toning, is worth around $40,000, a bit more than face value. But coins with unique and attractive toning, like that green and brown patina, can catch the eyes of collectors, potentially driving up their value. While not every toned coin will sell for a premium, some collectors may be willing to pay $145,000 for a visually interesting piece. In some online marketplaces, toned 1976 pennies have been seen listed for up to $148,000, especially if they're well photographed and show that eye-catching patina. It's still impressive for a 1-cent coin that you may have found in your pocket change. Now, is it rare? The 1976 penny itself is common, but finding one with that naturally occurring green and brown tone in fine or better condition can be less common. It's these little details that can make your coin stand out to a buyer. So if you come across one of these in your change, it might be worth hanging on to. Here are a few tips if you're thinking about selling a 1976 Lincoln cent with a unique tone. First, take clear, well-lit photos from multiple angles to capture the toning and overall condition. Second, list any details about the coin's condition and note any standout features like the green and brown colors. Lastly, try listing it on popular marketplaces like eBay, Etsy, or even specific coin selling platforms where collectors might be actively looking for unique pieces. A 1976 Lincoln cent with no mint mark and in fine condition is exactly rare. Its unique green and brown toning can make it an appealing piece for collectors. So, don't overlook those interesting looking pennies in your spare change. Who knows, you might just have a coin that's worth more. Next up, we're diving into a coin that's caught the attention of collectors and numismatists around the world, the Australian 20-cent coin from 2001. Even in circulated condition, this coin is holding strong value in today's collector market, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this humble coin can bring significant dollars to the right buyer. The 2001 Australia 20-cent coin may look like an ordinary coin, but there's more here than meets the eye. This coin was minted to commemorate the life and achievements of the Australian cricket icon, Sir Donald Bradman. His contribution to cricket and his legendary status are what make this coin truly special. Sir Donald Bradman, also known as the Don, is widely regarded as one of the greatest cricketers of all time. His career is filled with records and accomplishments that stand as a testament to his skill and dedication. So in 2001, to honor his legacy on the 50th anniversary of his last Test match, the Royal Australian Mint released this special 20-cent coin. Although it's not made from any precious metals, the value of this coin has steadily increased over the years due to its cultural significance, scarcity in well-kept condition, and enduring appeal among cricket fans and Australian collectors alike. In circulated condition, the 2001 Bradman 20-cent coin may show signs of handling and wear things like small scratches, dulling, or slight edge nicks. However, even in circulated condition, this coin's market value is surprisingly high, and that's largely due to two main factors: limited mintage and high demand. Firstly, the limited mintage of this coin adds to its value. The Royal Australian Mint produced this coin in limited quantities, making it harder to find, especially in good condition. Secondly, the demand for this coin remains strong due to Sir Donald Bradman's legendary status. Collectors and cricket fans alike are willing to pay a premium to own a piece of Australian sporting history. Now let's talk about the current market value. So, how much can you expect this coin to bring in? If you look at recent sales on online marketplaces like eBay or dedicated coin auction sites, you'll find circulated examples of the 2001 Bradman 20-cent coin selling for anywhere $72,000, depending on the condition. This is quite impressive when you consider that the coin has a face value of just 20 cents. The key here is finding a coin in the best possible circulated condition, as even small details in appearance can impact its resale value. So what makes a circulated coin more valuable than others? It all comes down to condition and grading. Even in circulated condition, factors like minimal scratches, clear lettering, and well-defined imagery can all increase the coin's value. Collectors often grade coins on a scale from poor to fine to very fine to extra fine, and the closer you get to extra fine, the higher your coin's value will be. A coin grading service can even give you an official grade if you're considering selling your coin in the collector's market. With a solid grading, a buyer will know exactly what they're paying for, and this transparency can help you get top dollar for your 2001 Bradman 20-cent coin. So, in summary, the 2001 Australia 20-cent Bradman coin holds a special place in the collector market today. Its cultural significance, limited mintage, and enduring popularity make it a worthwhile find for any collector. Even in circulated condition, it's got solid value, often fetching $72,000 on the open market. If you happen to have one in your collection or come across one in your change, make sure to take a closer look. It could be worth more than you think. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting content. Let us know in the comments, do you have any special Australian coins in your collection? Or maybe a Bradman coin of your own? We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy collecting.